Hey, what's happening, guys? Welcome back, and that was some trailer yesterday, am I right? If you're a little confused, I'm of course talking about the first look we got at the newest addition to 20th Century Fox's X-Men films, The New Mutants. The trailer definitely stayed true to form with previous talks with the director and writer claiming that it would be far from a traditional superhero film, steering more into the realm of horror as we follow a group of child mutants dealing with their collective anguish and forthcoming powers in some sort of institution. While this certainly looks like a fresh take from the typical superhero film and even a typical X-Men film, the New Mutants themselves are an interesting bunch within the pages of Marvel Comics and are actually pretty hefty fan favorites within the mutant world of the X-Men. So, without further ado, let's answer the question: who are the New Mutants? Alright, so history lesson. You all know about X-Men, right? Well, believe it or not, these guys weren't always the supremely popular team of mutants that they're touted as in the world of comics today. In all actuality, these guys didn't even top the charts until they got a relaunch of sorts in Marvel Comics with giant-sized X-Men #1, written by Len Wein, which introduced a host of new characters after the disappearance of the previous team. This included classic characters like Nightcrawler, Storm, Colossus, and of course, the old knucklehead, Wolverine. Afterwards, the main series, Uncanny X-Men, had Chris Claremont take the writing duties, and the book skyrocketed into fame, becoming beloved amongst the Marvel Comics readers, so much so that editors over at Marvel were adamant in creating a spin-off title to the book. And so, the New Mutants were born, approaching the style of storytelling in the same manner as their regular Uncanny X-Men title, but with a key difference. It focused on teenagers once again. Put together by Charles Xavier after saving them from the clutches of Donald Pierce of the Hellfire Club, this second generation of X-Men had bigger things to deal with than supervillains, tackling insecurities and adolescence in addition to honing their powers, and even getting weird as the series progressed by tapping into the world of science fiction and the supernatural. The team in the forthcoming film seems largely based on the initial one, consisting of Rain Sinclair, Wolfsbane, a young 13-year-old Scottish girl with a terrifying ability to transform into a wolf-like creature. Life was harsh for the young girl, who was raised by a Presbyterian minister, who instilled a deep-rooted religious fear into the girl through most of her adolescence, before she was chased out of her own town after the manifestation of her mutant abilities. We also have Roberto da Costa, aka Sunspot, a Brazilian teenage boy with the power to absorb solar radiation, which then gives him a variety of abilities, from super strength, flight, energy projection, and more. His powers manifested during a soccer match when he was attacked by a rival teammate, his super strength causing him to throw the boy off of him in a fit of rage as his body and clothes all turned black. Gaining the attention of Donald Pierce, the villain captured Roberto's girlfriend, and during a struggle with Pierce's men, the young woman was shot and killed, with Bobby declaring vengeance and joining the other New Mutants that had banded together to stop him. Then we have Danielle Moonstar, better known as Mirage, a member of the Cheyenne Native American tribe with the power to create illusions based on people's deepest fears and desires. She was one of the first few students to join the ranks of Charles' new team of mutants, joining with him to put a stop to Donald Pierce, who had killed her own grandfather. She also has connections to the ghostly apparition, the Demon Bear, who she suspects to be responsible for the death of her parents, but we'll probably get to that in a different video. Next up, there's Sam Guthrie, and I'm sorry, I've never really known how to pronounce this guy's name, so please correct me in the comments if I got that wrong, but I do know how to pronounce his superhero name, Cannonball. A boy from Kentucky with the power to generate propulsive blasts from his midriff, shooting himself through the air while also putting up a near impenetrable blast shield around himself. Sam's mutant powers manifested when he and a friend of his late father's were working inside a coal mine, the two becoming entrapped by a cave-in, but Sam's propulsive blast and shield allowed him to break through the rubble. The death of his father could actually be playing a role in the upcoming film, as one of his deep fears, as we see him making his way through a coal mine while getting attacked by one of the miners. And finally, we come to probably the weirdest member of the group, Illeana Rasputin, Magic, the sister to X-Men member Colossus and a powerful mystic with the ability to teleport through the dimension Limbo, and has access to a powerful magic sword. While not part of the initial team, Illeana did become an eventual member of the New Mutants, her own backstory steeped in years of torment and training in the mystic arts by alternate versions of the X-Men and dangerous magical beings. It should also be worth noting that the dragon Lockheed was also stated to be in this film, and a previous animatic video detailing scenes from the film showcased Magic facing off against the Demon Bear with Lockheed at her side. Also, something to note in the trailer, we see the young girl with a plush dragon while she lies in bed, perhaps her abilities causing this once imaginary friend to gain new new and fiery breath. Again, the New Mutants film seems to be taking a darker approach than any other X-Men film before it, but that seems largely in line with the darker tone that the comic series was gifted with when being initially written. As it stands, I'm interested in seeing just where this film is going to go, and I'm interested in what we can see for the future of the X-Men films moving forward due to just how different this one stands to be. But what do you guys think? Let us know down below if you're excited for the New Mutants movie and which character you're most interested to see. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter. If you'd like to help us improve, consider donating to our Patreon, where every dollar that's put in goes towards creating higher quality content for you, the viewer. Thank you everyone, and we'll catch you all next time.